I mean, as someone who never read books in her life, maybe one book for school, but even then, I skimmed it. Now reading full-on books and making a review about the books that changed my life. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm so honored to do this video. I mean, reviewing the books that I read that changed my life. Like I just said, I am not a reader. At least I wasn't. I didn't even know if I can read books, but now, I mean, going to the library, asking the woman who works there, like, do you have any recommendations for a person that never read a book in her life? I just want to try it, give it a chance. She's like, what are you into? I'm like, well, I like supernatural, I like vampires, I like witches, I like gods. And right away, she's like, take it. I'm like, this is a huge book. I've never read a book in my life. But you know what? I went to the library at least 10 more times after that, getting other books. I am looking for her always. I don't know if she doesn't work there anymore. I wanted to tell her thank you. Thank you for giving this to me and be like, this is what you're looking for. You need to try this. I tried it and let me tell you, I read it in 2 days. I could not put it down. I could not eat. I could not think and do anything else. Now I read the whole 3 books. The first one is Shadow in the Amber. Amber? A Shadow in the Amber. Amber. By JenniferLArmentrout. This is the first one that I read. This is what I fell in love with. I fell in love with the characters. I fell in love with the time and the godness of it. I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with everything about it. I kept posting it on my TikTok and on my stories on Instagram, everywhere. And everybody went obsessed. Like, I guess I'm a bad influence on reading, but I guess that's good for people, right? Anyway, one thing I learned about myself is that I do know how to read. And I do love this book. I loved it. I loved it so much. I can't even describe how much I fell in love with the characters and the love story and the time and everything. Just everything. And the power. The second one that I read, of course, the second book in that series, and this is a Flesh and Fire novels. A Flesh and Fire series of hers, A Light in the Flame. This was the second one. I was very, very happy to find these books now because obviously I wouldn't have to wait for months or years for the next one to come out. So this was the second one. That's the first one right here. The beauty that changed my life. And let me tell you, if everybody's like, can you give us a review? Can you do a review? Yes, I can do a review. And my review is 5 stars. It's 100% the best thing that I've ever read. And I don't have a lot of experience, but as someone who never chose to read a book, as someone who started a million books, never was interested in any of them, I read her other series as well, but I'll do another review about that one. I am shocked at how well she writes her books. I mean, I don't understand how that's even possible. I read this one in 1 day. Like I said, I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't rest, I couldn't work out, I couldn't get ready. Like, I did nothing until I read those damn books. Then after I finished the second one, I found out that the third one was not even out yet. I cried. When I tell you, I called my husband and I cried, telling him like, oh my God, there's no third book. I made him actually look for it. I'm like, you need to find that damn book, but it was not there. I needed to wait for 2 weeks until that book was out. And what I did, I pre-ordered it on Amazon because I couldn't wait for the books to get to the library. So I got it. I got it the same day it came out by my door. I was very excited. Obviously, I had to wait for 2 weeks, which was, I guess, I've never felt such torture in my life waiting for this damn book to find out what is gonna go on, what is going on, where it's gonna lead, what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I mean, she leaves the books off from where you're just like, oh my God, like, I need to know what's going on next. Like, she leaves the books at that, like, very specific time where you're like out of your mind insanely and just waiting. That's me right now. I'm gonna wait for the 4th book that's gonna come out next year. But yeah, I cried after the second book, and I called my husband, and we couldn't find it. Obviously, it was not out. So I read the third book, I think maybe 2 days, I don't know, like, and they're like not small books, right? But I read them in a day or 2 days, 3 days, if I had something to like else to do in this world. But I didn't do anything in this world until I read those books. I love the story, I love the characters, I loved Sarah and Ash. It's just, I don't want to say anything, because obviously if you're going to read the books, you want to know what's going to go on or find out by yourself. And you will. And trust me, my recommendation is definitely read those books, give it a try. And like I said, the fourth one is coming out next year. So you'll just be waiting with me. Because trust me, if you take these books, and you read them, you will be addicted, and you will be waiting with me to read the fourth one. So I give it 5 stars, definitely 5 stars, and I loved it, and I want to read more of her stuff. She has a lot, and I will definitely do a review if I fall in love with something else, like another one of her series. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and go get yourself the book that will change your life forever, and you'll not want to live.